Overcoming the fear of speaking English.
Hi, Erica. Today we're talking about something really important. Overcoming the fear of speaking English. Do you ever feel nervous when speaking English?
Hi, Marco. Yes, I do. Sometimes I want to say something, but the words just won't come out. It feels like my brain freezes.
Oh, I know that feeling. Many people feel shy or afraid of making mistakes when speaking English. But guess what? You can overcome that fear. Today we're going to share some simple tips to help you speak English more confidently.
That sounds great. What's the first tip?
The first and most important tip is practice out loud. It's not enough to think in English. You need to actually say the words. Your mouth needs to get used to the sounds, and your ears need to hear what you're saying.
That makes sense. Sometimes I practice sentences in my head, but when I try to say them, they don't come out right.
Exactly. That's why speaking out loud is so important. You can do it anywhere. When you're alone, with friends, or even in an online conversation class. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel.
But what if I make mistakes? I don't want to sound silly.
Don't worry, everyone makes mistakes. The important thing is to keep practicing. The only way to get better is to keep speaking, even if you feel nervous. Preparing and building confidence.
Okay, that makes sense. But sometimes I get really nervous before a conversation. I feel like my mind goes blank and I don't know what to say. What can I do to feel more confident?
That's totally normal. Many people feel that way, even if they know a lot of English. A great way to feel more confident is to plan ahead and warm up before speaking.
Warm up? Like do exercises before speaking?
Kind of. Think of it like stretching before a workout. If you know you'll need to speak English, maybe in a class, a meeting, or with a friend, you can prepare by thinking about what you want to say in advance.
Oh, so I can plan some key phrases before the conversation?
Exactly. For example, if you're going to introduce yourself to someone new, you can practice saying, "Hi, my name is Erica. Nice to meet you." Or if you're ordering food, you can practice, "Can I have a coffee, please?"
That sounds easy. But what if the conversation changes and I don't know what to say next?
That's okay. You don't need to prepare an entire script. Just practice a few common sentences that will help you feel more comfortable. When you start the conversation confidently, it will be easier to continue.
I like that idea. But sometimes I worry that I'll forget my words in the middle of a sentence.
That happens to everyone. Even native speakers forget what to say sometimes. The trick is to pause and think instead of panicking.
Pause? Won't that make me sound awkward?
Not at all. Native speakers do it all the time. Have you ever noticed how they say or when they're thinking?
Oh, yes. I hear that a lot in movies and interviews.
Exactly. It's totally normal to take a second to organize your thoughts. If you forget a word, just take a deep breath, say or let me think, and then continue.
So it's okay to pause and think before I speak?
Absolutely. Pausing actually makes you sound more natural and confident. And if you really don't know how to say something, you can use simple phrases like, "How do you say, 'I'm not sure, but I think'? Let me find the right word."
That's really helpful. Sometimes I feel like I need to speak fast to sound fluent, but then I get more nervous.
Speaking fast isn't necessary. In fact, speaking slowly and clearly is better. It gives you time to think and makes it easier for others to understand you.
I see. So instead of rushing, I should focus on speaking clearly and using simple phrases.
Exactly. The more you prepare and warm up before speaking, the more confident you'll feel.
I like this idea. Next time I have to speak in English, I'll prepare a few key phrases and remind myself that it's okay to pause.
That's the spirit. The more you do it, the easier it will become. Speaking in low-pressure situations.
I understand that practicing out loud and preparing in advance can help, but I still feel really shy when speaking English. What if people judge me or laugh at my mistakes?
That's a common fear, but don't worry. Most people won't judge you. In fact, they'll probably appreciate your effort. But I get it. Speaking English in front of others can feel intimidating. That's why it's helpful to start practicing in low-pressure situations.
Low-pressure situations? What do you mean?
I mean practicing English in a safe and comfortable environment where you don't feel judged or nervous. For example, instead of jumping into a conversation with strangers, you can start by speaking with people you trust, like friends, family, or even yourself.
Oh, so I don't have to start with difficult conversations?
Exactly. If you're nervous, practicing with a friend or family member who supports you is a great way to build confidence. You know they won't laugh at your mistakes, so it's easier to relax and focus on what you're saying.
That makes sense. My cousin is also learning English, so maybe we can practice together.
That's a great idea. You can have small conversations every day. Even simple things like, "How was your day?" Or, "What did you eat for lunch?" can help you feel more comfortable speaking.
But what if I don't have anyone to practice with?
No problem. There are still many ways to practice. One great option is to join online conversation classes.
Oh, I've heard about those, but I think I'd be too shy to talk in front of strangers.
I understand, but online classes are actually perfect for shy learners. Everyone in the class is also learning English, so they understand what it's like to feel nervous. Plus, you can practice from the comfort of your own home, which makes it less scary.
That's true, and I guess no one can see if I'm blushing through the screen.
Exactly. Online classes are a safe space to practice speaking without feeling embarrassed. And because the groups are small, you get plenty of chances to talk.
That sounds interesting, but I still feel like I need more practice before speaking in a group.
That's okay. If you're not ready to talk to others, you can start by speaking to yourself.
Speaking to myself, that sounds a little strange.
It might feel strange at first, but it's actually a fantastic way to practice. Try describing what you're doing out loud. For example, when you're making breakfast, you can say, "Now I'm making coffee. I'm adding sugar. It smells good."
Oh, so I can practice without anyone listening?
Exactly. You can also read aloud, practice introducing yourself in English, or even have imaginary conversations. The more you use English, the more natural it will feel.
That actually sounds fun. I think I'll try talking to myself in English when I'm alone.
That's a great plan. And when you feel ready, you can challenge yourself to speak in small, real-life situations.
Like what?
Like ordering food in English at a cafe, asking for directions, or talking to a shop assistant. These are short, simple conversations, but they help you practice speaking with real people.
Oh, I like that idea. I could try ordering coffee in English next time.
That's perfect. And remember, each small step helps build your confidence.
Thanks, Marco. I feel a lot better about practicing now.
That's great to hear. Just take it one step at a time, and soon speaking English will feel much easier. Using simple sentences and celebrating progress.
I guess I should just start speaking, but I'm afraid of using the wrong words.
That's totally okay. Many people try to use complicated sentences because they want to sound smart, but that can actually make them more nervous. It's better to start with simple, clear sentences.
So it's okay to keep it simple.
Yes, When you use basic phrases that you know well, people will understand you easily. And when they understand you, your confidence will grow. Once you're comfortable, you can start using more complex sentences.
That makes sense. But what if I feel like I'm not improving?
Celebrate small successes. Every time you speak English, even just a little, you're making progress. Maybe you had a conversation with a friend or you ordered food in English for the first time. These are all wins.
Oh, I never thought about that. I guess I should focus on my progress instead of my mistakes.
Exactly. You can even keep a journal of your progress. Write down new words you learn, conversations you have, and moments when you feel proud.
That's a great idea. Maybe I'll reward myself with a treat every time I reach a goal.
That's perfect. Recognizing your progress keeps you motivated. Consistency is key.
So, what's the best way to make sure I keep improving?
Consistency is key. The more you practice, the better you'll get. Even if it's just for a few minutes each day, regular practice is the secret to success.
Like learning to play an instrument?
Exactly. The more you play, the better you get. And don't forget to make it fun.
How can I make learning English fun?
Find ways to enjoy the process. Watch your favorite shows in English, listen to music, or read books. When you enjoy what you're doing, it doesn't feel like work.
That sounds like a great plan.
Learning English should be an enjoyable journey. Keep practicing, stay positive, and most importantly, have fun.
Thanks, Marco. I feel much more confident now. I'm going to start practicing today.
That's the spirit. Remember, overcoming the fear of speaking English takes time, but every step you take is progress. Keep going, and you'll become a confident English speaker in no time